For intro to Chat GPT, skip to minute 116. For Chat GPT use cases, skip to minute 244. For setup and tour, skip to minute 430. For prompt basics, skip to minute 753. For token limit, skip to minute 1507. For settings and features, skip to minute 2047. For the outro, skip to minute 2514. To repeat the timestamps, skip to minute 0. For any other episode, links, or descriptions, go to the attached links from this episode.
You might have heard of the Ramsey Network that talks about Dave Ramsey's baby steps. Or you might have heard of the EntreLeadership podcast who talks to small business owners. But if you're a hobbyist who often makes money from your side gig, I built a podcast series that helps you break down numbers and guide you through taking your ideas to the next level. I'll help you budget things like advertising, running a website, or building an inventory. I'll also help you build these systems one step at a time. Just click on the link or learn more to listen to an episode of Figuring the Figures. Let's figure this out together.
All right, guys, so I'm excited about this one. This is a bonus episode. It's a 3-part, so 3 bonus episodes all in one. You guys can watch them all now. But we're talking about Chat GPT. And this first section, we're going to introduce Chat GPT, what we're going to do, what we're going to cover. And I'm actually going to break it down into 3 pieces because it's quite a lengthy process. So real quick, we're just going to introduce what Chat GPT is. For those of you who are very professional at using Chat GPT, you can skip this step and probably all these episodes. If you want to kind of engage more, then you might find it useful to check into the bonus episode 2 or the bonus episode 3, the second part or third part. For those of you who don't know how to use Chat GPT, we'll go from simply using Chat GPT, how to use it at your best convenience, how to organize Chat GPT, things you can create using Chat GPT for either marketing or website creation or all of that deep stuff that you probably don't know Chat GPT can do. We are using Chat GPT 4.0 in this example here. And we might use some of 3.5. That's where we currently are at. And I think that you guys are going to be in for a ride. Let's start. So let's talk about the fundamentals of ChatGPT. It is AI, of course, which is artificial intelligence. And pretty much you can create anything with it. With that being said, ChatGPT knows almost everything on the internet, right? But you don't. So you not knowing everything and ChatGPT knowing everything, you can do everything and ChatGPT can't do everything. So that's where you kind of build your own team with you and ChatGPT. ChatGPT can give you answers to how to code, but ChatGPT can't code for you. ChatGPT can give you answers on how to create a website, but ChatGPT can't create a website for you. It can't sell products for you, but it knows a lot of information about doing all that stuff that you don't. So that is why we're using ChatGPT, and that's why it's a great tool to have in your business and in your life for any kind of reason or any kind of purpose, even if it's outside of business. In other words, ChatGPT has 2 use cases for you. One, it can be your assistant, meaning it can gather information, create a website, write a blog, write a letter, write an email, pretty much your assistant for office use scenarios type stuff. And then the second use case would be as a teacher. So pretty much it can teach you stuff, and it's all up to you whether you're willing to learn or not. But if you're talking to a teacher, you're going to ask the teacher questions you don't know, and ChatGPT will teach you stuff that it already knows, that the internet already has, and that pretty much it's gathering for you all in one place versus you having to go dig for it on the internet. Let's go ahead and get started and get set up here and tour around ChatGPT. So let me log out here real quick and log back in so you guys can know what the process is. If you don't have an account, it's easy to create one. You just fill out your email address and you create a password, and that's about it. So go ahead and log in. Now when you log in, On this left-hand side, you can open your sidebar and see all the stuff that you have done already. If you're brand new, it's going to be clear there. This is to create a new chat, but we're already here creating a new chat. Now, if you are a Plus member, you will have a more quality experience with ChatGPT. For example, there was a point where it was only using 3.5 for the free version, ChatGPT 3.5 for the free version, and then you had to become a Plus member to choose or be able to use ChatGPT 4.0. Right now, on your free version, you get to have ChatGPT 4.0. So with ChatGPT 4, you can use or send 25 messages every 3 hours. So after 3 hours, you're going to reset and you're going to be able to send more, another 25 more with ChatGPT 4. It is a little bit slower, but it is way more enhanced. And then 3.5, you have unlimited messages. So after your 25 messages, you can continue to use 3.5, or you can wait 3 hours and then continue to use ChatGPT 4. So if I send 25 messages, then I will start using ChatGPT 3.5. I will show you guys here shortly. And it'll be lower quality, lower rate of a response. It's kind of a little bit less logical. You can upgrade your plan here at the very bottom under the sidebar, and it shows you. So my current plan is a free. I have limited access to ChatGPT 4.0, and then access to ChatGPT 3.5. Its assistance with writing, problem solving, and more. Limited access to advanced data analysis, file uploads, vision, web browsing, and custom ChatGPTs or custom GPTs. Then you have the other plans. You can go as far as having a team plan. So $25 per person per month. And I believe you can have your workspace with your team all in one chat pretty much. And so there's two versions of ChatGPT 4, which I didn't know. It's 4 and 4.0, which I'm not too familiar with what is the difference, but it says up to 5 times more messages for ChatGPT 4.0. So I'm thinking 4.0 is less than 4, because I don't even have access to 4 with the free version. That's where we are now. When you guys are watching this and when you guys open your account, it might be different. And it's always changing, always evolving, and it's very nice. Once you go and create a new chat, it gives you a little bit of examples of what to do, or what you can use ChatGPT for. So you have what to do with kids' art, fun fact about the Roman Empire, study vocabulary, text inviting friend to wedding. So you can create anything. So I'm going to say, hello, my name is Stickman. I want you to speak to me as if you are a professional business consultant that knows marketing, coding, PR, and everything in between. All right, so it says memory updated. What's on your agenda? Okay, I want to create a template and system for my business to stay organized. Okay, so after that, it created a long list of everything I need to do and how to organize pretty much my strategy. And it's saying by implementing this organizational system, you can ensure that your business operations are streamlined, tasks are effectively managed, and team collaboration is enhanced. Do you have any specific requirements or areas you'd like to focus on? So I would take the time to review all this, and then I would pretty much have questions or other things that it might have not known about me, and I'll include here and pretty much get started from there. So ChatGPT is very powerful in that form. All right, so if you have the sidebar open, it pretty much creates a title for you already. You can rename it. You can call it professional consultant or whatever you'd like. You can click these three dots, and you can archive it, you can delete it, and you can even share it. After it gave me this description, I can still go back and edit my prompt. I can also have it regenerate my answer. So if I didn't like the answer, or I thought the answer was not what I expected, I can regenerate it and it's going to give me a different response. I can copy all this text and paste it somewhere. I can have it speak it to me, like so read it out loud to me. If I don't like the response, I can click on bad response and it will pretty much review that feedback and let their system know that whatever answer it gave me according to my prompt was not a good answer. I do have the ability to change it from ChatGPT 4.0 to ChatGPT 4.0 mini. For 4 mini, it's faster for everyday tasks. For complex tasks is what I'm using now. So let's go ahead and go back here and edit the prompt and say, I want to create a template and system for my business to stay organized. My business is about being a consultant and strategist to small business owners. Right now, it is just me running the company, and I'm looking to grow in the future. So I can go back and forth on the responses or the prompt. So if I click for one, it'll go and show me the first response. If I forward click, it'll show me the new response. So it pretty much has the same thing created on the first prompt. It's just rewriting it a little bit more tailored to my business and the more or the extra information I gave it. As you see here, it's giving me a little bit more than it did before, and just by skimming through it. We'll wait till it's done. Okay. So yeah, define your business structure, key areas, client management, project management, financial management, marketing and PR, personal development, implementation of strategies. And then it says, would you like to dive deeper into any specific area or need help with setting up any particular tool? So let's say that was just too much for me to read, right? And I can say, make it shorter. Okay, so it gave me a shorter version of the first answer it gave me. It's just pretty much a little bit more concise. And it just gives me the titles and tools and type of stuff, templates pretty much that I can create with those tools. And yeah, so as you noticed, I didn't have to say anything more than just make it shorter. It already knew what I was talking about. I didn't have to explain myself or any of that because we're all in one conversation. It knows already what I'm talking about. And as you see in the beginning, when I said that my name is Stickman, I want you to speak to me as if you're a professional business consultant. It has this little section, memory updated. So it lets ChatGPT know what the memories are. So this is crazy because it has memories set up from other chats in the same chat. So because I've created so many other chats and I've created memories, ChatGPT is already remembering these memories, and I'm able to go in here and edit these memories and see. So yeah, it'll have a memory update, and it will save into the memories that ChatGPT has under your account. And if you click on manage memories, it will show all the memories it has created under your account, whether it be in different chats or in this chat. It has memories about the information you have given it. So every time you see that little memory updated prompt, remember you can manage those memories in case you want to talk about something new and you want to change that, or if you want to make sure that some information it already has about you, you can go in there and manage memories and see and read about those memories. Okay. So continuing on, if I wanted to make it longer, I can still go back and edit and say make it longer. I can always press the stop button, and it'll stop generating the response if I change my mind or if I didn't want it to continue on and whatnot. In the middle of it creating, you can press that stop button and it'll stop. Again, I can go back here and skim through the prompts that I have given it already. So make it shorter, make it longer, and then below it'll show the corresponding answers. Yeah. I believe I've covered everything of the basics that we need to know about how to use ChatGPT. We'll go on to the next step now. And create a new chat. So now we're talking about the limits that ChatGPT has. I said write a 5,000 word essay about business consulting. It's doing pretty good so far. This is very game changing. I think since the last time I've used it, I haven't tried anything like this. So I'm pretty impressed at the moment for what it just did. Let's go ahead and put this in a word count and see if it is 5,000 words. And it is not. It's saying it's 1,500. So even though it didn't give me 5,000 words, it gave me more than it would have given me with 3.5. So, like I said, it would have stopped in the first couple paragraphs and it wouldn't give me a whole answer. Now, I can ask it, why is this not 5,000 words? See what it gives me. And even though I didn't say create a 5,000 word essay, see, this is where I can stop it because I'm like, I don't want that. But it is already providing a more detailed explanation with more word count. So we're going to go ahead and let it finish. And then we're going to put it in the word count again to see how many more words it gave us. Okay, so as we see, this one, it did stop. It didn't complete it. It was in the middle of a sentence and it stopped. We have the continue generating button, or I can say continue, and it will continue as well. So either option is fine. I'll just go ahead and put continue so you guys can see it works as well. All right, so I finished doing it. Let's see if it is actually those 5,000 words. So I have to copy the first part and then the second part. So how do I do this? I'll just do this. Continue. Paste. Boom, boom, boom. 1,600. And then go back and copy the rest and see how much more. So it already gave me more than I originally had. 3,000 words, which is not bad. We're almost to 5,000. And my point was to show you that it stopped. That it stopped at a certain point before it kept going. Now, the reason why it stopped at a further point than Chat GPT 3.5 would is because it doesn't go based on word count for a limit. It actually goes based off tokens. Now, tokens are what ChatGPT uses to count the content that it's creating for you. We have here a tokenizer, and we're going to put it in to show you what is the tokenizer. So as you see, it had more than 3,000 words, and let's see how many tokens that was. So it's actually 2,000 tokens that it used. Every part here is showing a token used. It's 12,000 characters, but only 2,000 tokens that it used for it. So I don't understand these numbers. It's just showing token IDs, but how can I go back? I'll go ahead and put this link in the description so you can know how many tokens you're using. Okay, so with copying these 3,000 words and we put it into the tokenizer, which is what counts how many tokens was used, it's showing it used 3,800 tokens. Here is pretty much every color is a different token. And a helpful rule of thumb is that one token generally corresponds to about 4 characters of text for a common English text. This translates to roughly three-fourths of a word. So 100 tokens is about 75 words. Sounds about right. We have 3,800 tokens and we had 3,000 words. So it takes a little bit more tokens than words. Okay, so I asked ChatGPT to give me a very long website code over 500 lines, and it gave it to me. Then I asked for it I copied and pasted. Then I asked for it to debug the following code. and it still did debug it. Sometimes if whatever I'm giving it is too much for it to handle, it will stop you and give you an error message, and it'll say this is too long or it's too much content. And what you can do is you can break it in parts. So you can say I will give you a 2-part task, and then put the first part, and then it'll tell you I'm waiting on the second part. So okay, so I will give you a 2-part code. Please don't respond until I give you all the parts. Got it. Just let me know when you've sent both parts in. I'll take a look at them together. So I sent the first part. As you can see, it clearly cuts off, and it says, okay, I've received the first part. Please go ahead and send the second part when you're ready. So I submit the second part, and then it gives me a response. This is what you would do if initially it doesn't take all of it together. Before I go into the second part of the bonus episodes, I'll go ahead and cover the settings. So if I click on my GPTs, it'll just pretty much take me to the home page and show me all these the sidebar of all my chats. I can customize ChatGPT. So customization instructions. Pretty much ChatGPT can learn about how I want it to respond to me, and what I would like to know it about me, so it can provide better responses. So here it says thought starters. Where are you based? What do you do for work? Like personal stuff about you, or about stuff you wanted to know, like my business is about this. I want to focus on this or that. You can put it all in here. And how would you want it to respond? So you can ask it to be formal or casual. How long or short should responses generally be? How do you want to be addressed? Should ChatGPT have opinions on topics or remain neutral? So that is something you can do. You can toggle enable for new chats or not. Pretty much at the sidebar here, you have the toggle to enable new chats or not. Under the settings, you have a general tab, which is just system. You can go dark. You can go whatever the system is. So if it's during the day and it's light mode or dark mode, you can have it adjust to that accordingly. So always show code when using data analyst. So that's something I just toggled on to see how much more effective it can be, and it can show me things whenever I get that kind of information. Language, auto detect, archive chats. You can archive all chats or delete all chats. Personalization, custom instructions. So it pretty much allows you to click back on that tab that we were on earlier, where we had customized ChatGPT. So under the settings tab, and you click personalization, custom instructions will also take you there. You can manage all your memories here on your speech. So it can save your speech. So on the speech here, it can you can choose different speeches you want it to sound like when it's talking. For data controls, so if you toggle on improve the model for everyone, it just helps ChatGPT make it better for everyone to use. So your content will be used to train their models. Shared links. You can click on all the shared links. Export data. You can export your data. You can delete your account. Your builder profile. So you can link your domain, your LinkedIn, your GitHub, your Twitter. You can receive feedback emails if you want to. Connect certain apps like Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive. And then here for security, you can do a multi-factor authentication and log out of all devices. So you can also download the version for your computer and log out. That's pretty much all of it. If you have the paid version of ChatGPT, it can do live website browsing for you and other stuff like Daily, which is an image generator, and You can create and use custom GPTs and access to advanced data analysis, file uploads, vision, and web browsing. So if you have the Plus paid membership, you can do all of those things, to whereas the free, it can't really look at a website for you. So that's something nifty that ChatGPT can also do. That is it for the first bonus episode of Figuring the Figures, introducing ChatGPT. I'll catch you on the second bonus episode. They're all available now, all together. So check them out. Peace.